Good morning, I am John. Today is Tuesday, December 6th, 2022, and it's time for what I am starting to realize is actually my daily stand-up. In my previous job that I was laid off from some weeks ago, I worked with software development, and we used the agile method of software development, and one of the pieces of that I'm realizing is the morning, or sometime during the day, usually in the morning, they do a stand-up. That's literally called that because everyone in the team gets together and they have a meeting where they don't sit down. It's very quick. Just what did I do yesterday? What am I doing today? And what are my blockers, kind of thing. And it didn't occur to me until really this morning that that's kind of what this is, right? It's like, even if you don't have a lot to talk about, you still show up every day to make sure that everyone else on the team knows what's going on with you, so you can all be on the same page. And that's what these vlogs are, I'm realizing. We're the team. You and me and everyone at GenXGrownUp is the team, and each morning I'm here, regardless of how much or what I have to say, to talk about how things are going and where we're at. So let's get going with my part of the stand-up, shall we? Yesterday was okay. I didn't get a video fully completed, but I did publish the ones that I talked about were ready to publish yesterday. I might need to consider like changing releases on Monday, like dialing it back, because in general, traffic on Monday is really bad on YouTube, for us at least, based on the people that watch what we put out. So I'm concerned that maybe I'm throwing longer form videos into Monday where it might be a kind of a no man's land, and maybe they get picked up later, maybe they don't. If there's so much volume on YouTube that often a video, if it's going to take off, it's going to kind of take off in the first, that first few hours, the first day or two, and that initial boost is what kind of gives it the first oomph that gets it introduced to people. But so I'm debating about my release schedule and how I might adjust what I do earlier in the week, because definitely it ramps up once you get to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday into the weekend. The weekend are great numbers for us comparatively, so maybe I'm going to reevaluate. It used to just be get something out any time of the week that you can, and now I'm thinking I strategize when I release things, since I have a volume that I can pick from, right? It used to be one or two things a week was all I did, but now since there is enough getting done that I might decide to strategically release at different times a week, as opposed to, we always target time of day, but I'm kind of going on about that. But anyway, I realized I might adjust my release schedule. There's a lot of talking for that. Started work on the podcast this morning. I'm going to complete the podcast, I'm sure, during my live Twitch stream. So if you catch this morning, and it's not yet too late in the day, past noon or so, come join us over on Twitch. We're just kind of finishing up editing the podcast, and we chit chat and stuff. It's kind of become this starting to become a weekly ritual, I think, because I got to get the work done, and so if I share it with people, that's working out pretty well. Completing work on some videos that I have either started or started writing today. Excuse me, I need to get over a sense of option paralysis that I have right now, where I have so many ideas of things I want to produce, and I have a couple of passion projects that are going to take a lot of time, and then I get extra little projects that my team needs my help for. Hey, can you help me with a quick edit on this, or can you give me a quick graphic for this? All those things kind of blend together into kind of a mush of stuff that keeps me easily distracted. And I'm going to have to find a way to get over that option paralysis, where I will, obviously, and I've had this before, but now the difference is I had the excuse before of I have all these options, but I'm really too busy, so I can't start any of them. Now the problem is I have all these options, and I want to do all of them almost equally, and I find myself not being able to get started. Literally standing here in the studio with the lights on is not enough to get me going, because I'm like, well, I could do it this way, or this way, or this way. Oh, let me go in the other room and just check the stats right quick, which is a productivity killer. I've got to quit that. I think these are all like growing pains of things I didn't expect when my time is entirely my own. In my previous life, having a real job, people schedule things for you to do. You have these meetings in the week and you have these things to accomplish. And then the time in between is yours to do with as you please. But now, and so I would say, all right, well, hey, I know at 1 o'clock I have a little window of 2 hours where I can get something done, and I would jump in and do it. And now it's almost that I have what feels like an infinite amount of time because I'm setting my own schedule, that it's always easy to go, oh, well, I have plenty of time. I'll do that in the next hour. I'll do that in the next hour. And I'm accomplishing things, I'm getting them done, but just not always the things I wish I was working on. It's easy to just sit and do something else when I would like to accomplish something. So I am a serial procrastinator and have been my entire life. And it's not helping here, despite the fact of how motivated I am emotionally and mentally. There's something though in my makeup that says, oh, it's much easier to just do nothing right now because you can take care of that thing in a minute. It is something, if you procrastinate like that, you know what I mean. You got to kind of fight that every day. And I'm trying to fight that every day right now, just to get myself motivated to do the next thing. Yeah, so podcast editing, we got that going on, working on video. I mean, it's a lot of the stuff is rinse and repeat, like stuff that you know, right? But what I'm really sharing here on this vlog is where I'm at in the journey and what the experience is like. You know, I imagine, you know, if anyone watches this in the future, you know, it's a psychology analysis, this vlog as it's gone on, of, you know, from someone in despair and to desperation and determination, and then, you know, maybe now, or maybe I'll find out that I'm not there yet. Now there's like this groove of like, okay, this is the job. How do I live with it? How do I, you know, and it's not even successful, right? I'm trying to get to success, but even if I'm successful in the future, this is still the job, right? So I have to not just find a way to make the job successful, but also make myself able to sustain the job without external motivators. And that's where I'm at right now in figuring out how to make that work in my brain and keep myself kind of chugging along. Yeah, so speaking of chugging along, that's what I'm about to get started doing right now. Choo choo! Hey, if you tuned in to check out today's vlog, thank you so much. I really appreciate that you did. You know, if you're some of those, the small handful of amazing people that tune in every day to go along with me, I love you. Thank you for that. And hey, I want you to do something amazing for yourself today. Take great care of yourself. And I will talk to you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.